Welcome to fabulous Caldicot Castle in Monmouthshire, South Wales. We're here for the finals of the Archery GB National Tour 2019. As with yesterday, it looks like it's going to be tricky, and we're forecast for showers and some high winds. This morning's lineup is the quarterfinals. First up, Recurve Women, and then the Recurve Men. So we have the quarterfinal Recurve Women at 70 metres with a 122 centimetre face. I'm Andrea Gales, and today I will be joined by Jacob Reed.
Right.
Jacob, what are you most looking forward to this morning?
I think it's going to be really interesting seeing how all the archers handle the really tricky conditions on this venue and just the weather in general at the moment.
So our first match of the day is Naomi Foulcard and Rebecca Tipping. How do you think this is going to play out, Jacob?
Well, Naomi is... she's got 3 of these titles already. She's going for her 4th, which will be a record breaker, and she's definitely got the backing. She's really probably a favourite to win this match, but you never know, and especially in these conditions, you can really see stray arrows leading to sets won by people who you wouldn't think to win the set.
Yeah, she's got a lot of experience. She's been to multiple Olympics.
Yeah.
She has European world medals under her belt. She was part of the bronze medal winning team at the World Championships this year.
I think Rebecca really is probably going to be up against it, but I don't think that's going to stop her.
No, definitely not. It's the weather played a factor yesterday with the compounds. I think even more so today we're going to see that it's going to come into play. So Rebecca to lead off.
That's a really good solid opening arrow there. That should put the pressure onto Naomi.
It's a solid first arrow from Naomi. Yesterday we saw that the arrows were going slightly left from the practice field. It's in a slightly different orientation to here.
Ooh.
And Rebecca's just put one out wide.
So the door's open now for Naomi to really take a lead here in the first set.
Okay, and a 2-point lead with 1 arrow to go. So Jacob, talk to me about how recurve scoring happens.
So the recurve system is different to the compound system. Compound will run on cumulative. Recurve use the set system. So instead of just the total score after 5 ends, each set is kind of like an individual match. So you will have only 3 arrows in a set. Whoever has the highest points in that set will get 2 points. If you tie it, you'll split the points 1 each, and obviously if you lose, you're not going to get any. And then it's first to 6 points will win the match. If you get to 5 set points each, we'll go to 1 arrow shoot off. That's 1 arrow each closest to the middle, unless both archers shoot a 10, where we will reshoot the shoot off.
Cool, so it looks like Naomi has taken the first set. But I mean, in set system, that's the beauty of it. You can lose the first set and still win the match.
Yeah.
So Rebecca just needs to settle herself down.
It's quite, you can't ever really in set system be just out of the match and shooting arrows for fun of it, unless it's like your last arrow. In compound, sometimes you might see if someone makes a big mistake that it's going to be really hard for them to catch up. In recurve, anything can happen. You can miss and next end shoot a 30 and you're going to maybe tie up again.
Okay, so the judges indicated that Rebecca will start. She's behind in the match.
It's interesting to see that Naomi, as she was the higher ranked archer, picked to shoot second.
I think in these conditions what she's done is gone from the practice field knowing that it's slightly different orientation to here, so she wanted to see where her opponent's arrow would go as some sort of indicator. Some of the compounds did that yesterday as well.
So another bit of right drift there. Possibly with the conditions maybe taking it that way, but it's...
See the flags in the background, and Naomi's fighting the shot a little bit here.
Oh, she was wobbling there.
But has a solid shot in those conditions.
Yeah, you definitely take that.
Doesn't seem to be much happening at the targets. The feathers at the targets and the flags on top of the targets are looking pretty sort of still.
I think sometimes a bigger factor is not the wind taking the arrows, but can sometimes be pushing the archer around. It's a really solid shot there from Naomi.
Yeah, so she's got a 5-point lead with 1 arrow to go in this set.
That 3 is not what she needs, and now Naomi has won this set.
Yeah. So this is effectively a free arrow for Naomi just to find her aiming point. And she seems to have settled into the match quite well.
Yeah. Rebecca still seems to be trying to find her groove.
Naomi has Richard Priestman in the coach's box. Again, he's an Olympian and he's also the head Olympic coach for Archery GB.
Yeah, really good coach, a lot of experience.
And Rebecca has gone with Clive Jaycock. We're getting a replay here of Naomi shooting her 10. Looking solid at full draw.
Yeah. So score's been confirmed now.
I think Richard there is pointing out to Naomi where the wind's coming in from and that it's swirling round.
Yeah. You've really got to keep an eye on everything here, and you've got to take every kind of read you can, look at all the flags. It's not just one direction.
I think where the targets are today, they're obviously back 20 metres from where they were yesterday. They're actually protected by the wall of the castle, so I don't think you're going to get a read on the wind down at the target.
Which might make it more difficult, because although there might not be wind at the target, just a few metres back maybe the wind might kick in and you won't be able to know because there's not going to be any flags there.
Started to rain a bit harder, means the arrows are going to be pushed down a little.
Yeah. Quick shot there.
Still slightly low. If we drew a line across the target horizontally, we'd see that the majority of Rebecca's arrows have been on the low side.
Yeah.
Naomi 4 points up in this set already.
That when someone gives you an opportunity like shooting a 5, you really want to be able to put it in the goal to put the pressure on.
Still hanging out to the right for Rebecca. Naomi, big opportunity to wrap this up.
Didn't look happy with that one, but still keeps it on the line.
Yeah, I think she was being pushed around a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've got a 7-star up there because from where the people are spotting the arrows, they can't actually see whether it's cut the line or not. So it could be an 8. We'll wait for the judge's decision.
So a 6 here for Naomi to win this match in straight sets and progress on to the semi-finals. And
she shoots a 6.
She shoots a 6-7 liner. 2-star arrows there, but either way, she will have won this match with a bit of style on the last few.
Yeah. So we'll wait for the judge's confirmation, but it looks like Naomi will progress through to the semi-finals later on this afternoon.
So the dream of the 4-time winner of the National Tour Finals is still on.
Still alive.
I think Naomi really did show her experience in that match and started off really strong from the get-go. Rebecca starting off with a really good 10, but just then letting the conditions get to her and her arrows drifting over to the right. I don't think she could really bring them back over. So one of those Lines was called down, or one of them was called up. So 23 points, and Naomi wins 6-0.
And just about to watch Naomi's last shot.
To be honest, it looked quite strong. I'm not sure why it went low.
I mean, it could be that the sight was just pushed at.
Yeah.
She wasn't sure either, I don't think.
You can sometimes make a shot look quite good, but you can't always tell where the person's aiming. I seem to be quite good at that sometimes. My coach will be, that was a good shot, and then it goes in the six somewhere.
Happy? Guys, happy?
Okay, so we're moving on to the second quarter-final in the Recurve women's category. Okay, so we're at the bottom half of the draw where we're going to see Battles take on Kate Dunningham. So just looking at some of the scores that the archers have shot this year, Kate has got a personal best of 620. Sarah has a personal best of 665.
So that's a pretty big gap, but I've seen Kate shoot some really good matches.
Sure, and just Sarah was part of that World Championship bronze medal winning team,
Yeah.
along with Naomi and Bryony Pittman.
So, ranking-wise and on paper, it would look like this match is in Sarah's favour.
Yeah, so going into this, Sarah was ranked third out of the 8 archers that made the quarterfinals, and Kate was ranked 6th.
Okay. So, it'll be interesting to see whether Kate can just kind of put the fact that she might be the lower ranked archer behind her and shoot for herself.
She's got nothing to lose. I mean, sometimes being the lower ranked archer is actually easier in some ways because you're not expected to win.
I think there's been many occasions where archers who you've expected to storm through matches have gone out quite early. I think probably one of the most notable is Rio 2016. Kim Woo-jin shooting a world record of 700 and going out in the second round.
Yeah, so we've got Richard back out here, along with Alberto, who works along with the Olympic squad as well.
Yeah, so I think they're probably going to have a lot of work today.
Yeah.
Quite a few of the archers here are on the national squad. So it'll be interesting to see who shoots first. I think it's going to be Kate, so Sarah has picked for Kate to shoot first, presumably to see where her first arrow goes. Wind looks like it's died down a bit.
Okay, and we noticed in the last match as well, everything seemed to go out to the right.
Yeah.
So it's making a quick adjustment now for Kate to get back into the middle of the target.
See whether Sarah takes that into account. Possible over adjustment?
Yeah, it's difficult. You got to kind of find where your aiming point is.
Yeah.
Some more central arrow from Kate.
Drifting out to the right there, so we're tied on score. Going down to the final arrow for this set.
A lot of movement there on the bow.
And that's a 3. Not looking happy with that set.
No, so
Door is open here for Sarah to shoot just a 4 to win this first set.
delivers a 7. So Sarah Bettles takes the first set.
So Kate now really needs to be able to just bring herself back in, not let the first set get to her, because in set system that doesn't matter anymore.
I suppose for recurve in conditions like this, it is just finding your aiming point on the target,
Yeah.
because I know more so with recurve you tend to aim off,
Yeah.
because things change quite quickly, and obviously we saw compounds yesterday. The speed of the bow means you don't have to aim off as much.
Yeah.
What sort of poundage are these women shooting?
It varies a bit, but from what I've heard from most of these archers, I think they're around the 43 mark, the women.
Okay.
A lot of the men, though, will be a lot higher, around 47 to 50.
Okay, so because Kate is behind in the match, she will lead off the second set. Again, everything just sitting slightly low in the target.
Both arrows going almost in the same place, though.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting with Sarah's target. She's got the height perfect.
Yeah.
She's just struggling to find the left-right
Yeah.
balance at the moment.
That's what Kate needs right there. Starting to put the pressure on a bit onto Sarah. On the line there.
Well, I'm not sure about that
Yeah,
one. The judge will
can't
have
tell.
to have a look, but Kate can seal this with an arrow in the gold.
7 there, so a 9 will possibly tie or win this set, depending on that arrow call.
Yeah.
But really, Sarah wants something in the gold right now, and she gets a 10. So either way, Sarah is going to be going to a 4-0 lead. Or possibly depending on that 9-star.
Yeah, I
but
think
I
we
think
could-
that was in.
I think that was in, so I think that'll get upgraded. So I don't. Yeah, I think we could have a tied set. We'll just wait for the judges to have a look at the arrow values.
Yeah. So you can see the judge there using a magnifying glass to get a closer look at the arrow.
And it only has to touch the line,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So
So if there's any sign of a gap between the arrow and the line, it will be called lower. But if it just scrapes it, then you'll get the higher arrow value.
it looks like Sarah's was not upgraded when Kate's is, so it's a tied set, 1 point each. So Sarah Bettles leads 3-1. Okay, so we're moving into set 3. Kate's still behind in the match, so she will shoot first. Just looks like we're starting to get some rain again.
It's interesting how the banners on the left-hand side of the field were pointing to the left, and the ones on the right-hand side of the field were pointing to the right. So it's kind of hard to trust them.
It's a solid arrow to start with for Kate.
In these conditions, sometimes even an 8 inwards can be good enough to win. But not when your opponent's shooting them in the gold.
Yeah, Sarah was the third person in the team, so she had the pressure shot, as it were, in the bronze medal match in Holland this year.
So she does know how to handle pressure.
only a 1 point advantage, and you can see the wind moving Kate about here.
Big gust, I think, has just happened.
And it just affects your alignment, doesn't it?
I think she was struggling there.
It's a good result with that.
I think she was kind of like, I'll take that. But still, 8 here will win this set. Take it to a 5-1 lead. And 7.
So again, tied set. 4-2 in favour of Sarah.
I think Sarah was kind of imitating something about her release, maybe feeling that her release wasn't up to form.
And this is where she can just chat through a couple of things with her coach.
Do you really want a mic on them? See what they're actually talking about. It's kind of obvious they're talking about something about the release and trying to keep it clean.
I mean, I think in these sort of conditions, because you get blown around, that your alignment and your technique just gets a bit battered.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's kind of like you just want to try and shoot a technically clean shot, and that's all you can really do. This is quite a crucial set, and that's not what you want to be starting with.
No, and if Sarah can capitalise here and take a substantial lead.
Sarah is on match point at the moment, and that's what she needs. Really took the opportunity there. Kate's really on the back foot, so she needs some strong arrows. Dropping both of them low.
Another great shot from Sarah.
So obviously that torque has helped.
6 point lead with 1 arrow to go in this set.
And 6 there, so hit to win. As I have commentated a match before where it was hit to win and they missed, but I think we can probably trust Sarah. A bit of a flinch. Gets the 7 and will win this match 6-2, progressing to the semi-final.
So she will take on Naomi Foulcard in the semi-finals.
So you can really see that they are struggling a bit with these conditions. I think it's actually meant to get worse, I think, throughout the day.
I think it is.
So this is just the start of it.
Yeah, so Naomi and Sarah will be back at 2 o'clock this afternoon for the semi-finals.
So I think we're going to get a replay of the last shot, and that'll be quite interesting because I think I did see some kind of a flinch there.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was
Just before that.
just before the replay.
But there's a winning shot.
She looked a bit like, oh, that wasn't a great shot, but she won it. And sometimes that's all you need.
Okay. I think we've lost one. Cool, good luck.
Okay, so we're moving on to the third quarter-final of the morning in the women's recurve. So now we move to the top half of the draw, where we'll see Yulia Larkins take on Jaspreet Sagu.
So these archers are a bit closer in the rankings. It's 4th and 5th. Their PBs. We've got Jaspreet. His PB is 644 and Yulia is 653. So fairly close there. So this match is looking to be close.
Yeah, I think this one's a lot harder to call.
Yeah. This is the middle of the pack match, just in between one rank from each other.
Yeah, and these guys have been going around the UK to get scores and positions to actually make this finals. Okay, it looks like Jaspreet has opted to shoot first. She was the higher ranked out of the two.
I think that's the first person who's actually chosen to shoot first. But the wind at the moment looks like it's died down, but anything can change really in these conditions.
It's a great opening arrow from Jaspreet. Getting slightly over to the right.
That's a really strong arrow there. She didn't actually look too happy with it, but got in the 10, so that's what counts.
I'm sure there's a few nerves jangling at the start of the match.
Yeah. Whoa. That's really strong there.
That's a good first set from Jaspreet.
Yulia has a very quick, deliberate draw. Ooh. Okay.
So she's actually
She actually lost the set.
lost the set after starting with 2 10s, which is, yeah.
She didn't really look happy with the last one. I think Jaspreet's kind of happy that she got that one.
Yeah, and she shot some solid arrows. They were, you know, roughly in the same position, so she'll be able to adjust where she aims or move her sights so that she can just pull those over into the middle a little more.
Yeah, kind of shows that even sometimes if your opponent shoots really well, you still want to try and do your best because you don't know what can happen.
Okay, we can just see on the left-hand side the crowd starting to build. It's a beautiful venue here at Caldicott.
And then back into the 10 there. She's either shot a 10 or a 5.
I'm sure she'll be hoping to keep them all within the gold this time.
Literally in the same hole as one of her other arrows, still over a bit to the right. And low in the same place again.
It's 3, so
3.
Jaspreet can take advantage here and move into a commanding lead in this set. Which she does. It's a 3-point lead with 1 arrow left.
Bit of a wobble there. But gets a 10.
Yeah, I think Jaspreet's just looking a little calmer at the moment
Yeah.
than Yulia. So a few words from of advice from her coach. She's, you know, half her arrows have been 10s. So
Yeah. She's doing something right on half her arrows. She just needs to figure out what that is.
Target 1, 10, 7, 4. Target 2, 10, 8, 8.
Okay, so we have confirmation from the judges that Jaspreet has moved her into a 4-0 lead. She can seal the match with this set. And it's a set Yulia really needs to win.
It can put quite a bit of pressure on when you're 4-0 down, but also when you're 4-0 up, the urge to win that final set and get it all sorted in straight sets can sometimes make it that you don't shoot as good.
Yeah.
I think some people call it scared of winning.
It looks like the wind has calmed right down. Some good first arrow from Yulia.
It's a really strong arrow there. I think Jaspreet, from what I remember, I don't know if she still is, but it's actually on quite a high poundage, about 46, 47. Drifting over to the right there.
Yeah, I just think just on some of the execution,
Yeah.
Yulia's kind of just hesitating a little.
She looks like she sets up really strong, and then just at the last minute, but that's a really strong shot there.
So Yulia really needs a 10 here to try and put some sort of pressure on Jaspreet.
Gets a 9.
So Jaspreet just needs a 6 to win and take this match. And a 10, that's a lovely set from
I
Jaspreet.
think that's the best set we've seen so
Yeah,
far today.
29 out of a possible 30. We'll just wait for confirmation from the judges. But it looks like Jaspreet will be moving on to the semi-finals later on this afternoon.
So Yulia starting off really strong, but just couldn't keep her arrows central, I think, and Jaspreet was just constantly on it.
Yeah, I think Jaspreet was sort of more relaxed, and there we have confirmation. Jaspreet through to this afternoon's semi-finals. Okay, we can watch Jaspreet's final shot to win the match and take us on to the semi-finals this afternoon. Okay, we're now going to see the fourth and final quarter-final in the Recurve Women. And the final quarter-final will see Bryony Pittman, ranked number 1, taking on Helen Faulkner, ranked 8.
So this match, on paper, should be probably the most decisive match, although you never know what's going to happen, but Bryony's personal best is a staggering 674, and Helen's only 578, so that's almost a 100-point gap.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens, but on paper, Bryony should be able to put on quite a good performance here.
Yeah, and again, she was the 3rd member of the team that won bronze this year at the World Champs, and that took gold in Minsk at the European Games.
Yeah. So definitely Bryony has the experience under her belt.
And she's also a very decorated field archer as well.
I believe just after this, is she going to the European?
I'm not sure whether she is. I know Chris White yesterday was going to go, so I don't know whether Bryony is. Okay, so it looks like Bryony has opted to shoot first. I think the conditions have settled down a bit from the earlier quarterfinals.
I think also maybe she wants to hope for the fact that because she is the highest ranked archer, she'll be able to start off really strong and really kind of scare her opponent. But that's not the strong start that she was hoping for.
She's made a quick adjustment.
I think she probably felt fairly confident with the shot and just said the conditions.
I think where the practice field is, it's quite exposed.
Yeah.
So they might be getting just a little more drift over there than here now.
I have been down there and it does look quite open. They're slowly moving back into the centre, but still looks like she has the upper hand in this set.
Yeah, she's got a 2-point lead, so she'll look to put an arrow into the gold and seal the set. It's a nice group from Bryony.
That's a gold, if not almost 10 size group there, but you can see her adjusting the sight.
So she does take the first set, 21-19. Feel that Helen could have taken advantage of Bryony's sight being slightly off.
I think with an archer like Bryony, when you get an opportunity like that, you've got to take it, because it might be the only one you're going to get in the match.
Bryony's been on many finals fields, so she's probably feeling quite at home. I imagine that Helen's feeling a little bit nervous and uncomfortable.
Yeah. First time on a final setting like this. I don't know if it is her first time, but if it is, it can be quite a nerve-wracking experience.
And it's so fast-paced as well. You know, in the blink of an eye, a match is over.
Yeah. I remember my first time on a finals field. It's quite a while ago, but it all felt like a blur, I think.
Yeah. So Helen to start the second set.
So she's come down. To
So
get an 8 from that's pretty
yeah,
good.
each archer has 20 seconds to shoot their arrow.
Well, she's grouping in the same place, but see her moving her sight again. Probably wondering why it's not moving.
I think the thing these days is that sights have got such fine adjustment on them
Yeah,
that
it
you
can take
do
quite a
need
bit.
to actually give it a handful.
Finally finding the gold.
So tied in this set so far. Helen put some pressure on.
Coming down again. It's the door is open. Just an 8 here to win this second set.
Okay, and Bryony just slowly making her way down towards the 10 ring. Takes the second set to have a 4-0 lead.
A 9-8.
2-9-8-7.
9-8-7. Target 1, 9-9-8.
Okay, Helen's coach just giving her a few words of advice to try and calm her down.
And we have quick shot of the dog there.
Okay. Looks like we've got rain again.
Yep. So Helen shooting first in this critical and what could be the final set of this match. She needs to have some strong arrows here if she wants to stay in.
Just grouping a little high at the moment.
She was definitely cutting the time quite short there.
It's a lovely shot from Bryony.
She's looking like she's staying really strong in this wind.
Yeah. Bryony in a commanding position in this set.
Coming down again.
10 seconds left.
So just a 5 here. Or win Bryony this quarter final in straight sets. Didn't look too happy with it, but still gets an 8 and will win this match 6-0, progressing through to the semi-final against Jaspreet.
Yeah. So most of those quarterfinals, well, 3 of them were 6-0
Yeah,
wins.
I think in that Bryony gave the opportunities in the first 2 sets, but Helen couldn't take them. Then in the last set, she dialed in.
2-8-8-7.
Okay, just looking at a couple of replays for Bryony.
That's a really strong looking shot there.
Here's the arrow that seals the match. Okay, now we're moving on to the Recurve Men quarterfinals. Okay, we start at the bottom of the bracket with Anthony Wood taking on Keith Harding.
So Keith was ranked 2nd, Anthony 7th. So on paper, Keith's got a PB of 663. That's really quite a strong score there. Anthony 647. Still strong scores from both of them. I think despite the ranking, it might still be close match.
Yeah, we're getting some exceptionally heavy.
Yeah, the
Right
heavens
now.
have opened now.
So these guys are shooting at 70 metres.
Yeah,
10 ring, about the size of a Blu-ray.
yeah, about
So
a
they're-
DVD. So it's still quite small. So I train with Keith quite a lot, and I'd never really see him in anything but shorts, no matter the weather.
And Richard looks like he's enjoying the coach's box.
Yeah.
And Anthony's coach is very dapper today in waistcoat and jacket.
Keith shooting first. He's chosen to shoot first in this match.
Great shot to open with from Keith.
I think if he chose to shoot first, he must have felt quite confident that he would have been able to hit the middle. Anthony matching him though. Dropping it low there, opening the door for Anthony.
Okay, and Anthony not really taking advantage of Keith's mistake.
Quick shot there. Dropping it low. So the door is open, a 7 here will win this first set.
It's a 9, so Anthony Wood takes the first set, 25 to 22.
I think that's probably the first time today we've seen the lower ranked archer take the first set.
Again, as I suppose looking at the rankings, Keith would be expected to win. So, you know, Anthony's got a bit of a nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So as Keith is behind in the match, he will shoot first in set 2. See the wind has picked up as well as the rain coming down. Much better shot from Keith.
Finding the gold again. See how Anthony will respond to that. Matching him.
Lovely shot from Keith, finding the middle of the target.
I think I could see him saying something to himself like, yeah, that was a good shot or something.
That would probably require a judge to look at.
That's a really great
set.
recovery.
Yeah, great set. Really means now that Anthony has to put it in the 10 and hope that his second arrow is upgraded.
Gets a 9, so despite whatever that arrow call is, he will
Lose that set.
lose that set, and we're going to tie things up at 2-2. So that really shows like some really good mental fortitude from Keith, just to be able to come from a set where he just really couldn't find the middle, and then all of a sudden bring everything back in and shoot at 29.
Yeah, I mean the first set is a bit of a, on a finals field, you just got to try and settle down as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at Keith here and his final arrow of the set.
Looking really strong there.
Okay, so we're all tied up, which means Keith will lead off the third set.
Holding gold now, which is what he needs.
Same place, sort of, just slightly low, slightly right of the middle.
Ooh, that was a big flinch.
Anthony needs to take advantage of this now. And he does.
So Keith needs to just be able to get his head back in the game and recover.
Okay, so 4 or better will take this.
Wind picked up a bit.
It's 7, so Anthony takes the set and leads Keith Harding by 4 set points to 2. Keith just needs to figure out why the odd arrow's popping low.
Yeah, I think in that set you could definitely see his hand came forward on the release, his release hand, which is definitely not meant to happen. So I think that would have sent it low, would have taken some of the speed out of the arrow. So Keith still shooting first. Let's see if he can recover again.
Still out to the right. I think if we drew a line down the target, majority of arrows that Keith has shot has been over to the right. Same with Anthony.
That's not what Keith needs right now.
No, and you know, I think he's shooting relatively well. He's just not aiming in quite the right place. Keith really needs a 10 here to try and put some pressure on Anthony's last arrow of this set.
Bit of a flinch, I think. But it's a solid group, but it's in the wrong place, and only a 6 here required for win.
And it's a 9, so we'll wait for official confirmation, but it appears Anthony Wood has beaten Keith Harding. So that's a bit of an upset.
Yeah, Keith was ranked 2nd. He was one of the favourites to win this, or at least be top 3 probably, and for him to go out in the quarterfinals. Quite an upset, yeah. But Anthony is a really good shooter, and I've shot with him quite a lot as well. And I know he can definitely put the arrows in the middle as well. And I believe the heavens have opened again.
Okay, and there is the confirmation. Anthony Wood is the winner, and we'll move on to the semi-finals this afternoon, and we'll face the winner of the next match. And there's Anthony's winning arrow just outside the 10 ring. Okay, moving on to the second quarter-final in the Recurve Men category. Staying in the bottom half of the draw, we'll see Alex Wise take on Cameron Donaldson. Alex was ranked 3. Cameron is ranked 6th.
Yeah, so I've had the pleasure of shooting this year with both of these archers in team events on international teams. Shot with Alex at the Junior World Championships and Cameron at the second leg of the European Youth Cup. Both of them are really good shooters. On the PB wise, Alex is definitely ahead with a very solid and joint highest out of anyone on the field, 681. But Cameron's still with a 654, which is a very strong score as well, and I've seen Cameron be able to put them in the middle as well. So we should have quite a good match right now.
Yeah, and Alex is the defending champion. Won it at Lilleshall last year.
So might possibly be something in his head that he wants to try and make it 2 in a row. That might add a bit of pressure, but I think Alex would probably be able to handle that.
I think so. He was part of the men's team that secured Olympic places for Tokyo next year at this year's World Championship. So I think we've seen that he can deal with the pressure.
Alex choosing to shoot first. It's interesting how a lot of the women chose to shoot second, but the men are choosing to shoot first.
I think the wind has dropped a little since the first couple of women's matches.
I don't think the wind affected him much on that one.
I think there's a statement.
Dropping a bit low. I know both Alex and Cameron are good friends, and both from up north, so.
So Alex can tie up this set by shooting a strong final shot.
Didn't look happy with that. Drops into the 5, so an 8 here will win this first set for Cameron.
And a 9, so Cameron takes the first set, 25 points to 23.
So despite that really strong opening from Alex, he let his last one get away from him, opening the door for Cameron.
See Alberto, one of the national coaches, in the box for Cameron. Alex opting to have his dad in there.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time Alex will have his dad behind him. Some people just like having their parents as coaches sometimes. And sometimes they really don't.
Yeah, it's clear he has a great relationship, and he's obviously got to where he is through the help of his parents.
Going into the second set, Alex will shoot first again.
Nice shot.
Back into the middle there for Alex. See how Cameron responds to that.
I think he's just caught the line there for a 9.
Another strong shot there from Alex.
Again, same income, tough and no hesitation. Yep.
Didn't look happy with it, but still gets a gold, so.
Yeah, just setting a tad high. Maybe a slight adjustment. Okay, and Cameron needs a 10 to
Again, keep it central.
split the points for this set.
And deliver the ball, I mean.
All of his areas are high, so yeah, you can see him adjusting his sight there. So Alex making a really good recovery there coming into the second set.
Yeah, and it's all tied up, 2 set points apiece. That was a great first arrow from Alex in that set.
Yeah.
Set the tone. Okay, we're just waiting for the judges to confirm, and then we'll be moving on to set 3. So as the scores are tied, Alex will shoot first again.
See if Alex can open again with a strong. Another 10 there for an opening shot.
Looks good, and Cameron seems to have a little group, just slightly high, slightly right.
Cameron's shooting good, but Alex is putting the pressure on. Cameron needs to start hitting some 10s here.
Still only a point in it. Alex needs to keep the pressure on.
Didn't look happy, and it drifts out into the 8.
So an opportunity for Cameron.
9 to tie and a 10 to take it to 4-2. And an 8 there.
So, Alex takes the set, 27 points to 26, to move him into a 4-2 lead over Cameron.
So the door was open a bit there for Cameron, but he just couldn't take the opportunity, allowing Alex to take the lead in this match.
And it's those sort of opportunities that you have to take against shooters like Alex.
Yeah. Like with athletes at this standard, it's kind of, if someone gives you an opportunity, if you're not taking it, then you won't be able to really win the match. But it's all still to play for. The set point's been pretty close so far. Cameron will now be shooting first, see if that might throw a spanner in the works. Not really what he needs, especially with Alex on match point right now. See what Alex can do.
It's a 9 from Alex, so taking an early lead in this set.
I think Cameron's gone from grouping high now to grouping low.
Yeah, it seems in the entire weekend that sight adjustment has been quite key.
But going into the final arrow of this set, Alex has got a 1-point lead. The door is open now. An 8 here will win this match for Alex and progress him through to the semi-final.
Yeah, and he shoots an 8.
Didn't look too happy with it, but he's got away with it, and will awaiting confirmation, but looks like we'll be winning this quarterfinal.
To set him up for a semi-final match against Anthony Wood. Yeah, as you can see, they're great friends. And Alex confirmed the winner. There we go, we're just looking at Alex's final arrow to take the match and move them on. Okay, we're moving on to the third quarter-final in the Recurve Men category. We're moving into the top half of the draw with Ryan Pinder taking on Michael Judd. So Michael was ranked 4th. Ryan was ranked 5th, so close in the rankings.
On the PB side, Ryan is 653 and Michael is 669, so a bit of a gap there, but rankings wise we're looking like this is going to be a pretty close match.
Ryan, coached by Naomi Fourcade, so she's already been out here this morning. We'll be able to give him a hint as to what to expect.
Yeah. But I think it's probably changed a lot since Naomi shot.
But just from an experience point of view, what a person to have in the coach's box. Michael has a club mate of his who has been at finals with him previously, so obviously a calming influence.
So Michael, I believe, has chosen to shoot second.
Solid first arrow from Ryan.
Bit shaky there. Still gets a 9.
Quick shot from Ryan. So Ryan with the early advantage in this set. Down to 5 seconds.
So a 10 here required from Michael to be able to tie this set.
A lot of tension in the front arm.
Just out of the 10 there, which means that Ryan Pinder will be taking this first set 26-25.
So Ryan from Wales?
Yes, shooting in his home. I believe he has moved into England recently.
Ah, okay.
So,
is that for training purposes?
I don't know the exact reason, but I know he's able to train around Lilleshall more often now. And also, I think he goes to uni. Half Redlands, which is in Newport, I think.
Ah, okay. So for the moment, it looks like the rain has stopped.
For now.
Just a gentle breeze on the flags, but nothing like we had earlier at the moment. Seven for Michael.
Looks like Michael has a lot of tension in his shot. He looks a bit shaky today.
Yeah.
Might be maybe just some nerves. Brian looks a bit more calm.
No, Ryan's had a good season.
Yeah.
So Ryan with a 1 point advantage with 1 arrow each left.
Michael needs to put the pressure on her. The 9's not that bad.
So Ryan needs a 9 or better to take this set and move into a 4-0 lead.
And a 7.
So he actually loses the set.
You see, he wasn't really too happy with that last one.
So 2 set points each. I'm sure Naomi have been offering him some advice. Might shoot 10s.
Yeah, shoot 10s. That tends to work.
Target 1, 987. Target 2, 997.
So the scores have been confirmed. We're all tied up. 2 set points each.
Michael looking quite relaxed.
Looks like he's enjoying the music. So Ryan to start this 3rd set.
Drifting over a bit to the right. Long hold there.
5, 4, 3.
And shoots through the clicker.
On the 1. So Ryan firmly in the driving seat.
So you say you got to take advantage of these opportunities, but I think it'd be quite hard not to.
That's a great response.
It's been called as a miss, but I think it was a 1.
Can't quite see from here.
Yeah.
And that's good from Ryan. Sometimes when your opponent shoots an arrow like Michael did, it can actually put you off your stride a little.
Yeah. So Michael's other 2 arrows he recovered quite well, but when I was saying he shot through the clicker, Recurve archers have just either a piece of metal or a piece of carbon that bends onto the arrow. When you pull the arrow behind it, it will fall and make a clicking noise. It tells you that you're at the correct draw length, and when that happens, you shoot. I guess he wasn't able in the time to pull his arrow through the clicker, but he had to shoot through it, which would have caused the arrow to go wrong, and also usually when you can't do that, the shot isn't going to be that great anyway. So it would have slowed down the arrow a bit and made it go into the 1.
So there's the difference. The compounds yesterday, they pull back and you can't pull back anymore, so they hit what's called the wall and the stops. With a recurve you can continue to pull, so that's just a draw length indicator.
Yeah. So he needs to really recover now and bring himself back in.
Solid first arrow.
Ryan responds there, 1-0 him. Michael needs to keep it strong. So Pinder here is on match point. With a long hold. Open the door.
Yeah, so a strong arrow here from Michael could seal the set and bring him back level.
So Pinder can't win the match, but a 10 here will at least tie it and put it to 5-3. Oh.
I'm not sure where that one's gone.
I don't
we
think
might
it's hit
have
the
missed.
target. I think that's in the wall somewhere. And you probably won't be shooting that arrow again.
No. Okay, so Ryan really needs to just relax, get his shot process back like he got in the third set.
We'll take that set with 9, 9, 9, the first one, take 7, keep them all in gold. Now,
So all tied up. We're either going to see a winner of the match here, or we're going to take it to shoot off, depending on whether the set gets tied.
I think it would be really good to see a shoot off. We haven't seen one yet today. Shoot offs in conditions like this can be quite interesting.
Bit of a lottery.
Yeah. But the set system here is kind of showing that you can have that and then still go into this final set afresh.
That is the beauty of the set system. Both these archers have had arrows that have been less than ideal, but it doesn't cost them the match.
Yeah. Bit of adjustment required there, but still keeps it in the gold.
And that's usually when your sight's like pointed in the wrong place and you're just trying to...
And that's definitely a 10, that one.
Ryan just needs to stick with it.
Looks a bit shaky. Gets a 9. Again, looking a bit happy with that one. And Michael's come down.
Quicker, I think the arrow slipped off the arrow rest.
Yeah.
So he's going to be short on time now. 10 seconds left. He's going to have to force the shot.
He gets it off. Gets a 9.
Great result. So Ryan really needs to put the pressure on here. Anything in the gold will keep the pressure on Michael.
Yeah, but a 10 would really...
Okay, so...
Goal to win. Anything outside... Well, an 8 will be a shoot-off, and a 7 Pinder will have the match. And he gets the 9.
And it'll take him through. So Michael Judd has potentially beaten Ryan Pinder. We're just going to wait for official confirmation.
So that match was a lot closer than a lot of the other matches we've seen. Both of them having a couple of, well, one in particular each slip up. But both of them managed to really kind of bring it back.
Okay, there we have it. Michael has been confirmed the winner, and we'll move on to the semi-finals, and we'll face the winner of our final quarter-final.
Very difficult decisions out here in the dark.
Okay, we're just looking at the first and the last shots of Michael's final set. Okay, and now we have the final quarter-final in the Recurve Men.
And we're going to be our last
we're going to look at Tom Hall, ranked 1, versus Connor Hall, ranked 8.
So a battle of the halls here. First seed and 8th seed. So, on paper, ranking-wise, Tom Hall has got the advantage. Tom with a joint top PB of 681. Unfortunately, we haven't got Connor's PB.
No, Tom was part of the team at the World Champs that secured Great Britain their 3 quota spots for Tokyo. He's had a great season.
Number 2, Connor Hall.
Okay, and then we can see Patrick Houston in the coach's box for his friend Connor. And Alberto, one of the national coaches, in the box for Tom. I know he's done quite a bit of work with him.
Yeah. So Tom shooting first. Wind looks like it might have dropped a bit. That's a really good way to open the match.
Similar to Alex.
Yeah. Let's hope he can keep it within there. Gus picking up now. Gets a 10. And another one. Connor's opened the door here now for Tom. Just an 8 here will put this first set away. And that is how you want to open your quarterfinal match.
Yeah, perfect 30 for Tom, and that's probably why he's ranked number 1.
Yeah. So a free arrow here for Connor, just to try and find the centre again. Ooh, drifting up high left a bit. I think 2 of his were X's as well. So.
Yeah, and that was a great first set. That sort of kind of announces you to your opponent.
Yeah, really does.
Okay, we're looking back at the start of this set where Tom opens with an X. Connor responds. Tom keeps the pressure on. And here was Connor's arrow that opened the door for Tom to take the set, which he did in style with 10-10-10. Okay, so moving on to set 2. Just started to rain again.
Bit of a long hold. Still drifting up to the left of it.
Tom hasn't dropped a point yet. He's clearly woken up feeling good. Solid shot from Connor.
And his first 9.
But still in the group. Still in the driving seat in this set as well.
So just a 7 required to go into a decisive 4-0 lead.
Yep, so that's a 4-0 lead for Tom. Making it easy this morning.
Yeah. Kind of getting some words of advice from his coach.
So scores are confirmed. Tom Hall moves into a 4-0 lead. Connor really needs to find something now to try and put some pressure on Tom.
So Tom's only dropped 2 points so far. So that's pretty strong going.
Yeah.
Not much room there.
No, I think he's at the moment he's come out with the best scores.
Yeah.
I don't think 8s are going to be good enough.
No, Tom really hasn't shown that he's going to let him get away with that.
He's looking solid. I mean,
There's not much we can say. I think they've just got the footage on repeat.
Going down a bit more, ignore it. Strong ahead is the draw. Hold it there. Yes, you got this.
Just out there.
yeah, our group's fantastic. And Tom is dominating.
The wind has picked up, but he's still managing to keep it really strong. So just an 8 here to win this and a decisive 6-0.
Hold it there. Yes, boy, go.
That's a cracking 9 arrows from Tom.
4 arrows just out of the 10 ring. 5 of them in the 10.
Yeah. Very dominant performance, and you'd look at him as a potential winner out of the men. He's certainly looked the strongest.
I think Connor didn't really even have the opportunity to put the pressure on.
No, Tom came out and with his first set of 30, followed up with a 28, and it's kind of job done.
No, if you think about it another way, Connor to be in the lead right now would have needed to shoot 30, 29, 29.
Okay, now we get an opportunity to see Tom's winning arrow. A little nod of the head.
Yeah.
Okay, and that wraps up the quarterfinals this morning. Semi-finals will start at 2 o'clock this afternoon. But we're about to have a look at the junior key event finals.
Coming up now, we have the event finals for the junior Recurve women.
Okay, next up is the gold final for the Recurve Junior Women Key Event. Okay, so it looks for the gold match. We've got Sophie Castle versus Hannah Rowley. I don't know whether you have any information on these two.
One of them is on Sophie Castle, I believe, is on the National Age Group Academy. Hannah is on the Conversion Academy. So the key events were a series of junior competitions held over the year. The top-ranking archers from those key events have been put into the finals here. For the junior women, I believe it was just top 4. And in the cadet men and cadet women, I think it was the top 6.
Okay, so these are the future
Yeah.
British team that we're hopefully looking at.
Yeah.
And a great opportunity for these juniors to experience a finals field.
Yeah.
Getting targets set at 70 metres with the 10, the highest scoring zone, equivalent to a DVD.
And that's a really strong opening there from Hannah. That should hopefully give her a good bit of confidence.
Okay, Sophie just needing to find her aiming point. Again, set system, so nothing to worry about at this stage. It's a good adjustment from Sophie.
Finding the gold. But Hannah still has quite a decisive lead at the moment in this set. Can put this set away with this arrow.
A lot of movement on there. I think the wind has just picked up a bit, so an 8 is a great result.
And a free arrow here for Sophie. She won't be able to win this set.
That's a great arrow. So
Just needed her first arrow to get sighted in on the different field.
yeah, but confidence for Sophie there. Her final 2 arrows in the gold. So moving on to the second set, she knows where her sight's set, where she's got to aim. Scores are confirmed, so Hannah Rowley moves into a 2-0 lead. So it'll be Sophie to start this second set. Just drifting out left.
Opportunity for Hannah to take a bit of a lead in the second set. Hannah drifts to the left as well, so possibly maybe the conditions forcing the arrows out over there.
Didn't look happy with that shot. Just pulling it over to the right. Again, opportunity for Hannah. And that was a nice shot from Hannah. So 3-point lead, 1 arrow to go in this set.
Didn't look happy with it, but gets it in the gold. But just the 7 here required to win the second set.
And it's an 8. So Hannah will take set number 2 to move her further into the lead. 4-0. Certainly looks the more composed of the two.
Yeah, Hannah's really been keeping it quite strong this match, handling the wind well.
So Hannah was ranked 3 and Sophie was ranked 4, so clearly they've taken out the higher seeds on their route to the gold medal match.
Yeah. But I think because they just go straight into the semi-finals, all of these athletes were quite close together.
Sophie needs to find something here, see if she can pull back a set.
Hannah on match point. It's a strong shot there. Looking a bit shaky. Still gets a 9.
Opportunity for Hannah.
Just letting that go there. That'll let Sophie back into this set.
Just see the long rod moving around. Good steering from Sophie there to take the set.
So it's not over yet. Sophie coming back into this match to take the 2-4.
We'll just wait for the judges' confirmation, but it appears Hannah's lead has been cut, and she leads 4-2. Just get a look at Sophie's final arrow this set.
So I think the wind has picked up again.
You can see that the flags behind the archers. I think there was definitely more wind on the archers than actually at the targets.
That's really strong there, keeping up a 10 from the end of the last set.
Solid arrow from Hannah. Oh, Sophie opening the door now.
But in these windy conditions, anything can happen. Ooh, bit of a flinch maybe there.
Yeah, I don't think she set that quite right.
No. That 4 there. Really just gonna let Sophie, unless something happens. 7.
Yeah, so that's the set. We should be all tied after Hannah's final arrow.
A free arrow here. Gets it back into the goal, but we're going to be going to 4-4. So it's all down to the final set now.
Okay, scores are confirmed, and we're all tied up 4-all going into the final set.
So it's all to play for here. This match has been looking really close so far. Hannah will be opening up the first arrow of this crucial set.
It's a good opening arrow. See how Sophie responds. That's a 6, I think.
It's on the line. We may have to get a judge call, but it does open the door.
Solid arrow from Hannah, taking advantage. Okay, 3-point advantage to Hannah. She can wrap up the set and the match here. A lot of movement.
Win pushing her around. Gets a 7. So we could see a shoot off if Sophie can hit a 10. It's all down to this final arrow. She lets it drift out.
So it looks like Hannah Rowley's our winner for the Recurve Junior Women Key event.
Hannah started off really strong, looked like some of the arrows started to go a bit astray in the middle of the match, but then she really kind of brought it back. Sophie just with those last 2 arrows letting them get away from her just allowed Hannah to get into the final set and win the gold medal.
And there we have it. Hannah Rowley, winner.
So now I believe we're going to have a quick reset of the field because we're going into the under 17 cadet category. So instead of shooting 70 meters, we're going to be shooting 60 meters. So a bit closer, but to be honest, a lot of these archers are very good as well. So
get to see Hannah's final shot there that gives her the win.
Like I've known a couple of these cadet archers to shoot competitive scores at 70 meters, so to see them at 60 meters can be quite interesting.
Yeah, so if you bear with us while we move the targets forward to 60 meters, we'll be then able to see the Recurve Cadet Men and Women Key Event Finals.
Oh, you're brave with the microphone.
Lee's ham-fisted.
Oh, there we go. I didn't get the F1 on camera. It's all good. We haven't moved yet. We are moving forward. Tim, the other one. Happy? Will we go check down there?
Yeah, I'm on 3.
You want me to measure it?
Yeah. Dave, move, please. You're right. Perfect, peg away. With muddy fingers. With the paw prints on this, not the ideal situation. Nope. Yes, that's right. Just put it as it. Get the stone in. That's it. When we tried to. Yeah, that's right.
All yours, Rob.
Okay, now we're going to have the gold final for the Recurve Cadet Women in the key event. Okay, looking at Penny Healy versus Imogen Newby.
I've seen both of these archers shoot some really strong stuff before, so it should be a really good match.
They seem to have dominated through the bracket.
Yeah. Penny's been on the international GB team, junior GB team this year. She had a mixed team gold, I believe, in Slovenia at the first look at the Youth Cup. I think she might have had some other successes, but I can't remember entirely. But she's shot some really good stuff this year.
I think she's been shooting well at 70 metres as well.
I've seen, I think, either last week or the week before at
Clop Hill, I think. She had some good scores.
I think it was Clop Hill, and then I think Aim for Sport as well. I think I saw her shoot some 630s or like high 630s at 70 metres. So back down to 60 metres. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, it looks like Penny's opted to go first. She was the higher ranked archer, ranked number 1, and Imogen was 3rd.
It's a strong opener there.
Looks like the weather's changed again, the rain's stopped.
I think it's changing every 5 minutes at the moment. Keeping the archers on their toes. So mirroring each other here, both with 9, 8 and 17 points each. I think that's on the line and caught it. So a 10 here could put Imogen into an early lead, and a 9 will tie it up.
And it is a 10, so Imogen takes an early lead. But it is only the first set.
anything can happen in these matches.
There we go, we see Imogen's 10 to seal the first set. She looks really happy.
Penny Healy will shoot first on target west.
Okay, moving swiftly into set 2. Penny behind, so she'll go.
She looks like she's kind of getting a bit of a group kind of low left.
Yeah. Hope the coach is just nudging her to move her sight.
Just out of the 10 there.
Yeah, reaction out of the bow didn't seem
No.
quite right.
Maybe just fighting the wind a bit.
Okay, only a 1 point advantage for Imogen at the moment. There we go, that was a great shot.
Nodding there, she's found the middle now. But a 10 here will still take the set, but the wind has picked up.
Okay, so we're all square after 2 sets.
So it looked like Imogen on that final arrow was getting blown around a bit by the wind.
10, 9, 7.
9, 7.
9, 8. Don't worry about that, right?
7.
Just drifting a bit high right there. Slightly opening the door. If Imogen can shoot a strong arrow.
Okay.
So a 1 point lead. Back into the goal. She let that one get away from her, looked a bit
Yeah.
tense on the execution.
So Penny could seal the set here if she can shoot a 10.
Looked very clean, just out. So a 10 here required from Imogen just to tie the points. Anything else and the points will be going to Penny.
Okay, so Penny Healy takes set 3 to lead 4-2.
So after losing the first set, she's really come back now and taken a 4-2 lead.
1, 9, 9, 8.
9, 8.
2, 9, 8, 7.
9, 8, 7. From 9, 9, 8, 2, 9, 8, 7.
Okay, judge just letting the archers know who's shooting first and who's shooting second. So Imogen behind. She'll be starting set 4.
So Penny here on 4 points on match point. She wins this set, she will win the match, and the key event to the right. Penny can shoot a nice shot here. Should be able to take a bit of a lead.
Ooh, just out the 10, so that's a great first shot from Penny.
Very quick shot there. And gets a 10. She looked really happy with that.
She did, a little nod. So a 1 point advantage for Penny. Imogen needs something big here just to keep in the hunt.
8 that opens the door now, so an 8 here from Penny will win her this match. And she's done it.
Good shooting from Penny Healy.
That's a really tight group there. That's a 10 size group.
6-2 winner and taking the title, Recurve Cadet Women Key Event Champion. That's nice to see the friendship between archers.
Yeah.
There we have it. Penny Healy is the winner.
So it looked like she really handled the win quite well.
Yeah, just stayed focused, didn't panic that she lost the first set, so...
Yeah, she might be quite small, but she was definitely not being moved.
And there's the final shot that takes the title.
It's now getting ready to go into the final match of this morning.
Yeah, which is the Recurve Cadet Men.
So we have James Woodgate and Monty Orton going for the title. James is ranked first. I've seen him shoot some really good stuff this year.
Yeah, he's from my old club.
Yeah. I think at 60 metres this year, I think he told me a couple of weeks ago he shot a 675. That's some pretty strong shooting there.
Yeah, he's been building well this year.
So he's represented GB.
Okay, as you can see, here we have the gold final for the Recurve Cadet Men. Targets at 60 metres.
Once again, we'd like to recognize our sponsors. Thank you, the leading digital bank starters.
Okay, here we get a quick look at the brackets. Both Monty and James had buys into the semi-final, and both had good performances.
So James has shot at the Junior World Championships and the European Youth Cup second leg, and I believe the first leg as well. Yeah, he shot there as well. So he's been away 3 times on international trips this year, so he's got a good amount of experience this year.
Yeah, I still think he's a relative newcomer to the finals field. It'll be good to see how both of these men cope with the conditions here.
Looks maybe like it's possibly calmed down, but might not last. So, well, there's one flag which is going mental, and some other ones which look like they were absolutely still.
Maybe they got to dry out before that they can start moving.
Yeah.
Okay, it does look relatively calm compared with what we have had this morning.
So James will be shooting first in this match. Bit of correction there, gets it into the gold.
If we had to call arrows based on execution,
That wouldn't have been 9.
no. And a 5 from Monty, so James in the driving seat for this first set.
Front arm looks like it's shaking a bit, but still gets in the gold.
A little bit of tension, I think.
Maybe just some nerves.
That's a great recovery from Monty. Nice shooting from James, 28 out of a possible 30 to seal the first set. Monty just needs to dial himself in a little.
So James kind of came out the gates flying there, shooting at 28. It's really strong stuff. Monty just still looks like he's trying to find the middle.
Yeah.
But it is set system, so those arrows don't matter anymore. Start afresh next set.
James looking nice and relaxed, chatting away to his coach. There we go, the line judges indicated that Monty will be shooting first in set 2. Bit of support from the crowd we can hear. You feel like Monty's got to start putting arrows in the middle, otherwise this match will get away from him.
Just out of the 10 there.
If it was me, I'd give it a couple of clicks of my sight over to the
Bit over to the right there.
Good arrow from Monty.
Moving back into the gold from Monty, but James still might be able to keep the lead. That's some grouping right there. Is he gonna maybe put a couple clicks on his sight, maybe?
That's a good arrow from Monty, just applying a little pressure. James only needs an 8 to take this set. Cue the rain.
Now that is some grouping right there. And you can see him just adjusting his sight a tiny bit.
Yeah, and James has come out similar fashion to Tom Hall this morning.
Yeah, really strong from the start. Taking an early 4-0 lead. And Monty's not shooting that bad, but if James keeps on shooting like this, Monty really needs to start putting them in the, not even just in the gold, he needs to start putting his arrows all in, well, not all in the 10, but mostly in the 10. I think at the top level of 60 meters, a lot of the time it's kind of 10 or nothing sometimes.
Yeah, I think James is obviously relaxed and shooting well. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Okay, set 3. We need something big from Monty here to try and put some sort of pressure on James.
James really hasn't given Monty the opportunity so far.
More steering.
Yeah.
But effective. Okay, so this could give James an opportunity.
It's all tied up on
Need a big arrow from Monty here.
That's not what he needs, and
So
James on match point can just shoot a 9 here and
I
will
don't
win.
think he's been out of the gold, so
No.
ooh,
Oh,
big gust of
don't
wind.
say that.
10.
A solid X
So
there.
there we go. James Woodgate, Woking Archery Club, takes the win over Monty.
That's a pretty dominating performance there. I think he shot 28, 29, 28, not leaving the gold. Monty shot good, but sometimes when your opponent just doesn't really give you an opportunity.
Yeah. So there we have it. James Woodgate is the Recurve Cadet Men's Key Event gold medalist. Okay. Just going to have a quick look at James's last arrow to take the title. If you'd like to stay with us, we'll have the award ceremony for the key event shortly.
Archery, Axel Archery, and White Archery. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior Women Key Event Final.
So here we have the victory ceremony for the Recurve Junior Women Key Event.
Wales Archery. For the bronze medal, Ruby Hall.
So bronze medal we have Ruby Paul.
For the silver medal, Sophie Castle.
For the silver medal we have Sophie Castle.
And our champion and gold medalist, Hannah Rowley.
And the key event champion is Hannah Rowley.
I'd like to congratulate all of the medalists.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for our athletes.
Okay, and here we have the Recurve Cadet Women's victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve Cadet Women in the grand final. The medals will be presented by Richard Custon, our Archery TV president. The bronze medal, Shauna Punjabi.
With the bronze medal, we have Shauna Punjabi.
And for the silver medal, Imogen Newby.
And with the silver medal, we have Imogen Newby.
And our champion gold medalist, Penny Healy.
And gold medalist taking champion title, Penny Healy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our
Congratulations to all of the medalists.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve Cadet Men.
Okay, and our final victory ceremony of the morning is for the Recurve Cadet Men key event.
The medals will be presented by Weller of Wales Archery. For the bronze medal, Marco Costanza.
So for the bronze medal, we have Marco Costanza.
And for the silver medal, Monty Orton.
And for the silver medal, we have Monty Orton.
And our champion is gold medalist James Woodgate.
And the champion is James Woodgate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
So congratulations to all the medalists this morning. We've seen some fantastic matches. Please join us at 2 p.m. where we'll move into the semi-finals for the Recurve men and women, and then the medal matches.
Thank you very much. We'd also like to thank our sponsors of the key event final, Wales Archery. I'd also like to remind this afternoon at 2 o'clock for the semifinals, and the finals are Recurve Men and Women. Also, just outside the conference.